Why, good morning, you beautiful souls. I hope you're having a great day this far. I got a little kitty lady on my lap, so had to let her get cozy before we started off. So sorry on the delay this morning. But I just really want to say today's theme came to me when I woke up. I try to post these satsangs ahead of time, but I only really try to do them when I feel kind of divinely inspired and led. That's the truth of how I do these. There's no real purpose other than if there's like a full moon, then I'll do something with intentions like that ahead of time. But when I feel the urge to speak in this light, whatever message comes to me. And this morning, as many things have been happening in my life and a lot of people in my lives that I know, it's this recognition that the only constant in this experience is change. But when we resist that resistance, that's when the chaos arises. That's when we run away from what life is presenting us as an opportunity to dive deeper into ourselves, to awaken to this great mystery that is the human experience. So I find it important because as we transition, we're still technically in summer, but as we begin this transition into fall, I say it again, it's important to recognize where we resist and don't resist that resistance. Through this process of surrender, we can accept. And then ultimately, we're able to let go. It's a powerful practice. It's a simple yet difficult application of it in this light. So this morning, we're just going to hold the space. So whatever it is that you're seeking to liberate yourself from, that you're seeking to transcend and grow beyond, that you have the space for that this morning. So get those last few wiggles out. And when you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, allow yourself to take a deep breath with each tap of the bell. And as it rings, draw in that prana, that chi, this vital energy in this ether in which we live in, deep into the body, filling up every cell, every nook and cranny. And as you exhale, transform it with a powerful Om. Allow the divine chord to resonate within you and simply rest as the observer of your experience. Now is the time to let go. Let go of the future worries of the day, the happenings of yesterday and the past. Simply marinate in this moment called now. I lovingly invite you into the space of the heart. But so too, you must willingly come home. Return to the center of love. Abandon the obsession and attraction of thoughts, emotions, and sensations. And return to that silent state of knowing, the pureness, the self in which you are. When you hear the final tap of the singing bowl, shift your full attention to the sound as it rings and fades into silence. So too, allow the internal happenings to drop away. Pay them no attention. Recognize that you are the observer of all. The main concept that we must transcend is such notions as forgiving and forgetting. For they are missing pieces of the puzzle that will allow you to fully heal, liberate yourself, and move on. The statement, "Don't resist your resistance," takes us beyond the victim mentality, beyond what life may do to you, into a realm of grace and recognition that all is love. That life is providing us the opportunities to grow, to heal, to transcend, to dive deeper into this great mystery called life and journey of self-knowing and mastery. You're always being divinely guided and divinely led. Look within your own experience, the coincidental moments, the serendipitous occasions, the many synchronicities that life is always presenting us. Until we come to recognize and appreciate them, they go over our heads. They're not even on our radar. It's this immersion of life that is required for us to be present at all times. But are we immersed in life, or are we immersed in life's chaos? What is it that you give your attention to? When something bad happens, does the heart instantly go to a place of gratitude and grace, taking a step backwards to see the grand scheme and total picture of things? Or does it become entrapped and ensnared by the current happening, blindsided and blinded by pain that it refuses to see all the grace around? It's here we enter into the realm, the knowing, and the power of perception. All in life is intended to provide us opportunities to come into a deeper understanding of what we are and what life is. But if we fail to see these gracious gifts as such, life quickly transforms into a me against the world mentality and experience. The first step is a simple surrender. Don't fight what life is presenting you. If you feel a fear, a tension, a negative cycle arising, don't dismiss it. Don't run away from it. These egoic impulses internally are but a signal of the pain body, a signal of your child self. It simply doesn't know how to communicate and express itself as you, the pureness, does. For you are the divine knower, and the mind, the body itself, is limited with its own experience. So assert your position and come to hear and understand what your body is telling you. Come to relate yourself with the body as the master of it, the rider of this horse. But we must come to the full recognition of what that means, for does a horse not have its own beingness? The ego itself is this beautiful vehicle in which you created. But you must master what you are, love, and utilize this gift for the form itself. For the ego acts out of its own pain, its own emotion, its own limited understanding and fears. But all energies can be transmuted through this knowing of love. The ego is your antagonist and you, the pureness, are the hero. But both are vital for this divine film called life. Transcend normality. Transcend the everyday human experience and come to learn and utilize every aspect of communication this form is trying to present you. Pain in the physical body shows whatever is arising and getting consumed within it does not align with its pureness. Emotional disruptions are but avenues of exploration so the body can heal and let go of the pain, and the mind's happenings, the constant chatter, that in which it tries to distract you by, is but a test of temptation to see if you truly value the inner yearnings of your heart. So let go of such concepts of separation, of warring with the ego, and come to give it love. Come to recognize that its first initial tensions that it bestows upon you, the observer, is but a note to surrender to. Dive through it. And in this very light, we can see these concepts of tension as that initial valley of the shadows of death. So walk through them. For when we surrender, we enter into the realm of acceptance. For we cannot fully accept what we don't fully understand and see. Through this process of acceptance, we take that objective look within, knowing that everything happens as it should, for it already arose. If it was intended to be something else would have happened. It's as simple as that. But we must come to recognize that everything that arises is a gift of grace from the divine. There are so many happenings on this energetic plane, to the intangible ones, to this physical plane, that there are no such thing as coincidences. Come to see this in your heart. Come to accept this truth and know that everything that arises is a gift for you to grow, to level up, to unfold. There are many words for it, but it matters not. Simply put, all experience is grace for our unfoldment, our mastery, and our love. It is a gracious gift to even be here and experience life, so come to understand that everything that arises within it is intended for our growth, our renewal. And bringing it back to the previously mentioned statements that you are the perceiver of your reality. Therefore, as the God and Goddess you are of creation and manifestation, know within your heart that you are the creator of your reality. When you understand and accept life's happenings for what they are and learn the many lessons that they can provide, you enter into the realm of understanding that our suffering is but fuel for our liberation. The only person that can determine the gauge as if you've experienced enough suffering to learn through love is you. Whether it arise in the experience of a catalytic moment that begins this journey, or your simple yearning and love in the heart to let go of all that doesn't serve you. It matters not. This final realm, from the surrender to the acceptance, leads us to ultimately letting go. But as we may experience through this process of introspection, this letting go is not a simple abandonment, it's an empowerment. We let go through love. We let go because we learn and move forward. Just as we learn how to read, write, tie our shoes, brush our teeth, we don't seemingly forget once it arises. The moment we recognize and learn and assimilate it into our beingness, we never forget. Even the body remembers. And just as those mundane and small acts arise, they become automatic. That is the power of your own beingness, of your own love. Come to marinate within yourself. With all that has been mentioned, look within your heart. Where do you still show resistance? And as you take a deep breath here, allow that extra prana and chi to burn through any blockages, walls, and attached cords and separate all, dissolve all. So your exhale may drop away the tension and enter into the tensionless. Continue to take deep breaths, consciously letting go of what makes us uncomfortable. Give yourself the space to freely explore it. Come to accept all that causes the resistance. And as you continue to surrender to it, the understanding, the recognition, and the acceptance will grow, until ultimately you may liberate yourself from such happenings and pains and past moments, to fully learn, to fully heal, and to fully let go of in the now. Allow your own heart, your own love to radiate, for it is you. And come to know that this act of surrender is one of the ultimate expressions of love itself, for it's a full-on, experientially, energetically, and intentionally relaxation and expansion and openness. And only through here can life's vital forces flow freely. Only here can the inspiration of the source, the creator, flow through you as you. Lift up your hearts. Allow it to smile. Allow it to shine through any stain, tarnish, and hurtful moment of the past. And come to know that everything in this experience is grace, fully, in this light of love in which you are. And allow that love, allow that intuitive knowing to build acceptance, understanding, and harmony within you. Do not misperceive and misconceive these statements as not allowing things to hurt, not allowing yourself to experience fear, sorrow. For that is not the intention of these words, nor the reality of them when experientially understood. But it's the full-on acceptance of such feelings. It's the exploration of why the body pains, why our heartstrings are attached to it. But it's moving through it, coming to understand it's okay to feel whatever way you experience life. This surrender is a surrender to the full experience of life itself. You must embrace everything that arises within it. that means the good and the bad as well. But in this light of objectivity, there simply is experience, absent of judgment, which allows us to fully recognize and grow and accept. And in this final process of learning, of assimilating these understandings into our beingness, we can let go. Thus, moving forward with a newfound perspective, with new skills, with a new, deeper understanding of what is. So life can continue to unfold this great mystery. And as words of hope and encouragement, come to recognize that once we transcend the cycles of old, we never have to repeat them, for you have climbed the tree, the obstacle, and you see the view in front of you. There is no more getting caught up in the cul-de-sacs, returning to the cycles of old unless you choose to. But as we fully learn and let go, we take the exit of the constant roundabout of chaos many currently spin upon. We enter upon a new wheel of karmic lessons, a new playground of exploration. And the quicker we accept, the faster we surrender. And ultimately, again, the more we let go of, life begins to transform into a beautiful dance where we transcend lessons through suffering and enter into the realm that aligns with our heart, our spirit, our truth, living through love. Therefore, experiencing life's many gracious gifts. When you hear the next tap of the singing bowl, allow yourself to take in a nice deep breath from the heart itself, feeling its radiating, loving light, your divine energy shining from the chest itself. As you humbly embrace and accept all that is. And with our Om, we transform it into a prayer of gratitude, giving thanksgiving to life, Source, the sun, the moon, Mother Earth herself, the cosmos in its entirety for this beautiful opportunity to experience, to live, to be, and to unfold. For there is nothing quite like this journey of transformation, self-mastery, unfoldment, and love. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. Oh, nothing beats it. Best way to start the day. And I just got to give a shout out to whoever hopped in. I feel you. Just good energy this morning. And most importantly, the concept here with surrender, acceptance, and letting go is to really humble yourself with the process. Hey, felt it was the dude. I love it. That's cool. It's cool starting to get to know other people's energies from a distance. It always blows my mind being able to tap in like that. But big shout out, bro. Much love. It's always interesting to kind of see how people interpret that message in terms of the surrender, because the instinct for the human experience is to really hold tight onto pain and suffering. Yet when the body naturally lets go, like I'll, I don't cut myself much because I cook a lot and things like that. But I was making a bread, and the scoring blade that I used when I was trying to loosen it back up and tighten it, I cut my finger. It just like I was squeezing it, and then all of a sudden, it just instantly released the tension that was causing it to not close, and it just snapped on my finger. But instantly, the hand let go. The moment pain was felt, the body reacted instantaneously, no thought. It just dropped whatever was causing it the pain. Yet the human heart, our spirit itself, doesn't do such things. It holds on. And it's because we don't give ourselves the opportunity to really release. When we turn our inner gaze away and try to cover up the tensions, when we try to ignore the signs that life is just blaringly presenting us, those many red flag moments, we are naturally fighting what is meant to be a moment of release. We have to think about it like the contraction and relaxation. We live in a dualistic world. This human experience is one of positive and negative. It's it truly is a chance for us to create our own space to relax. That's the surrender. And yeah, man. So, man, DG, I will say DMD. We'll do that for Digimedia, dude. That'll be your dude acronym. I'm right there with you. One of the reasons why I did this meditation is because my divorce became official. So I completely understand what you've been going through. And just so for insight for yourself, we're together for, almost 12 years, married for almost 4. And these past, like pretty much like 6 months, more than that necessarily, pretty much this past like year and a half, 2 years has been a process of really embracing what is and learning to serve the truth of my heart. And it came through this compassionate understanding that not everyone is intended to be there forever in our stories. Many of the happenings, that arose between us, I'm grateful for, the good and the bad, because the suffering was just like mentioned in the meditation. It led me to a place of gaining that experiential fuel to question even deeper. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm a pretty introspective person. So anything that would happen, it would always come back to me first. I'd always look at myself. What's going on here? Why am I reacting this way? Why is she reacting that way? What is the purpose of everything going on here? What can I gain from this opportunity? And the more you dance your dance and allow yourself to open up and unfold, you'll see that those energies don't resonate with everybody. And that is also a gift. Then you can really start to attract what serves your higher truth. And this whole concept of surrender ultimately means opening up with love, because that's what the force of love is. Fear is very closed off. It's the contracted state. What we always do when we try to ignore the pain that is arising within us, and love is that force that completely just negates it. It's a full-blown acceptance. It's a clearing of the ground. And when we allow ourselves to surrender that reaction to kind of hold on or dismiss, it can open up into a beautiful recognition, which leads us to the understanding and the acceptance of what is. And it's through this recognition of grace, of love, of our truth, that we enter into this realm of being able to really let go. And just know, man, that like you're not alone at all. There are so many people now who the message of the heart and the path of development is creating a divergent point that has just grown and grown and grown these past 2 years, to a point where if you're about it, you're about it. And if you're not, you're not. There really has been no middle ground anymore in that sense of development and understanding. So I wish you nothing but the best in your journey of healing and unfoldment, man. Um, and it is, and thank you. I appreciate that. It, it is what it is, yo. Like, I think that's one of the things here is always to learn in our life is that whether we see it as a valid, concept or not, but there are such thing as soulmates. But people forget that soulmates aren't forever soulmates. There's many soulmates that we have. My dog was a soulmate. Some of my best friends have been soulmates. My ex was a soulmate. We were meant to provide each other the opportunity to learn and grow. And whether or not the other party in this example takes advantage of that to fully heal and liberate herself, that's on her. But I know that I have grown exponentially since being with her and the experiences that we've had. And it's not always, focusing on the negative things. It's remembering the good things. It's giving the refinement process of the heart to realize what it really wants. And just to give you some little insights, man, like as life goes, once we fully tap into what serves our heart and our truth, instantly it starts to open up the avenues and present us with all the things that do. Because when we go through a certain process of healing, it's no longer having to learn through the realm of opposites attract. It now transforms because you're radiating your own light into a game of like attracts like. And that's when you start to attract your tribe. And just know that this is a beautiful time of manifestation. So set within your heart what you really want, whether it be people, whether it be a new partner, whether it be experiences, it doesn't matter. Life will hear it and life will present it to you. But that's why I always say, be careful what you wish for. Be very specific in these requests because life is going to be like, hey, they actually asked for it. They're ready. Let's do it. And then it's just going to flood everything your way. So, just be mindful of that. Because I know the moment I fully accepted what I knew was happening for a while and decided to act on it, like clockwork. It was just person after person after person, network after network after network, experience after experience. It was just a gracious gift, pretty overwhelming and a lot of peopling for my liking, but it's turned into a pretty cool ride thus far, and I can't complain. So just stay in that love and light, man. And again, I love you so much. And for everyone listening, as always, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed. And in that seed, may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment, for a tree shall grow. And in its shade, may you find peace and offer peace to all who ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. I love you all so much. Share, like, subscribe, send that to the world. Let's get this revolution going. It starts with us who are investing ourselves in the energies that are breaking through, not breaking down. So take care. I love you so much. Peace.